action feels horrible. Lots of broken reeds. It's a mess. Let's see, the action's all loose. The action part sounds like some rattly bones in there. There's a couple broken hammers. You look down in there, you see this guy's just moving around. I'm gonna take the keys out.
Okay, we're going to remove the dampers now on this 140B. And in order to remove the dampers on a 140B, you have to remove all the whip assembly screws that go through the dampers with the grommet. And then we're going to turn the piano around and we're going to show you how to remove it. Okay, in order to remove the action and dampers from a 140B, you have to start by removing the screws on the side. There's two of them, and they're little wooden blocks. And there's one on that side, and then there's one on this side. Alright, the next step we're going to do is we're going to come over to the middle and we're going to remove the sustain pedal mechanism from the dampers. Once we do that, they will fall freely. And then if you can see down underneath here, there's a screw. It's hard to see from this angle. But there's a screw that is holding both sides of this side and this side together. And that needs to come out. And it's good to use a magnet while you're pulling it out so it doesn't drop down and you lose it. There you go. And when you're removing screws and parts that you're not used to removing, put them in a bag and label them, because you might think that it's no problem now, but days later when you put this back, you'll forget. Okay. And that's how we remove the damper rail from a 140B.
Before you put this on, make sure you tighten all these damper screws. It's a little bit easier when you have it off.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Now what we're left with is our action. And we can go through the action and see how many hammers are loose and see what's what. Like right here, here's a broken flange, hammer flange. As you suspected, as we've told you, this is a disaster. This piano is ready for the heap, but the customer wants to restore it, so that's what we're going to do for him. So let's turn this piano back around and I'll show you how to remove a whip assembly, or the action assembly for that matter. What we should probably do first is actually remove the harps. So to remove the harp, you have to remove 4 screws on each side, the treble side and 4 screws on the bass side. Okay, when we remove the harp rails, you'll notice these nylon washers. You're going to want to make sure you save those. Again, label each bag from the department that it came. Okay, now that we have the harps off, we can really get in there and see what's going on the inside here. And as you can see, these hammers are destroyed. They're just so grooved. And we have some really cool little mods here that some genius did. Put little felt tips on the top of his hammers. On this side, they're well grooved. By the way, this was sold to a customer of ours from a registered piano technician in New York State. I won't say his name, but you can see he does real fine work. And here's some mouse turds. Okay, all the pins are starting to oxidize. You can see the springs in here. All the springs are bad. They're gonna all have to be replaced. They're like bulging, and you can tell the coils are shot. All the felts under here on the whip assembly are all completely worn and pocketed. They're going to have to be replaced. All the grommets will have to be replaced. A lot of these hammers will have to be replaced. Some of these are so bad, probably down right to the wood, that we'll have to replace them. With that being said, now let's move on to show you how to take out the action rail. Under here you'll see a fiber board. As I was saying, under here you'll see a wood strip. It's actually a compressed fiber board, and what you want to do is remove them. And this will enable you to remove any bad whip assembly. As soon as you remove those screws, you'll pull that wood down.